Hello and welcome to the Expression Builder 2.0 tutorial. My name is Nicole Barnico from the American Sign Language Avatar Project at DePaul University in June 2022. First, you'll need to request access to the Software Installers folder on OneDrive from Rosalie if you don't already have it. Once you do, download and install, and voila! Launch and press OK. You may see some checkboxes at the bottom of the window. Leave these as they are. Three windows will pop up: the output window, the face display, and the face dialog. The output window reports activity and errors to our developers. We don't need to look at it for our purposes. The face display is where we will see any changes we make to Paula. From here, the four menus are File, View, Script, and Help. Along the bottom, we have our triangle play button, the turtle button, which will slow the animation to half speed, and the pause button. The T equals is for time. Right-clicking will change it to F equals for frames. You can type specific numbers to navigate through the timeline. Sometimes, when I'm playing around, I will put an expression every 0.2 seconds. Under File, we have Save Image, which saves an image of the viewport. Record Full Animation saves a file of the animation. However, this is not yet implemented. Record Animation Range allows you to specify how many frames you want saved in an AVI file. I have had success with this when animating multiple expressions. For this and the previous one, it is recommended to select the Cinepack codec for compression. Load Animation loads a previously saved AVI file. These are more so used in the transcriber when animating a sign. The Expression Builder is more set up to create a single pose at a time, which is why full implementation has not been developed yet. Under View, we have Lookup Object. Allows you to type in a specific bone for the camera to target. It must be a specific bone name, for example, the jawbone. Set Window Size allows you to set a specific size for the window. However, you can also adjust by dragging the corners of the window to resize. Set Clip Panes allows you to adjust when part of Paula is disappearing. If we zoom too close to Paula's face, we might end up looking inside her head instead of getting a close-up on what we want to look at. When this happens, we want to set the near clip pane to something smaller than it is. More information can be found in the documentation. Under the Script menu, we have Open Python window, which opens a Python window that allows you to type commands directly to Paula. For example, when I need to look at the tongue, I can use commands to hide the teeth and skin. Online DE Python manual gives you more information on how to operate the tool. Under the Help menu, you'll see About, which lists credits, and Online User Manual, which will open a window to the documentation. To navigate the viewport, you can click and hold left-click to move Paula up and down and left and right. You can hold middle mouse button or left-click and shift to zoom in and out. If you hold right-click, you can rotate Paula. You can also use Control and left-click, but this has not worked on my computer. This is what the face dialog looks like when you first open a database. Across the top, we have File, Pose, Edit, View, and Help. If you click on File, you'll see Open, which opens a database. Before you open a database, this menu will look very blank. Save saves the current database, and Save As will save a copy of the database with a different name. Exit closes the Expression Builder. Under Pose, we have New Pose, which opens a neutral Paula. Open Pose opens a copy of an existing pose. Save Pose saves the current pose. Save New Pose As saves the current pose under a specific name. Delete a Pose opens a menu to choose a pose to delete. And Reset All to Neutral opens a neutral Paula, resets all sliders to 0, and marks all elements as unspecified, which we'll come back to. Warning: remember that saving under the Pose menu will not save your changes to the database. You must save the database from the File menu as well before exiting the program to update the database with your changes. Exiting without saving the database will cause you to lose all changes to every pose you modified that session. So please, please, please remember to save your database. Under Edit, any of these options will correspond to the tab of sliders and open that tab, except for the neck movement that will open a new window. Under View, we have Extreme Close-Up, which just zooms in on Paula's face. And Help, under About, it lists the credits. Online Use Manual links to the Expression Builder documentation. Anytime you modify a slider, the value becomes specified. The box will turn blue, and this means that the value cannot be overridden by a previous pose, either during animation or when adding poses. For example, we had trouble with the tongue being in the wrong position when Paula would mouth words. If an EH had an unspecified tongue and an EL came right before it, the EH would retain the tongue specifications of the EL, which is not what we wanted. So we had to go in and specify all the tongue values to make sure the tongue did not move or stay unexpectedly. If you open a new pose on top of a previous pose, you may see unexpected results from the specified and unspecified values of each pose. If any elements from the first pose are not specified in the second, the result will have those elements. This can be helpful in creating new faces. For example, you may have a set of eyes that you want to use in multiple poses. You can save those as one pose with only the eye element specified, and then it can be added to other poses that have the eyes unspecified. Be careful to save your pose before adding another one to it, as once it's done, it cannot be undone. If an unhandled exception message pops up, copy the logs under Details, find and document how to recreate the problem, and send both to Rosalie. Or if something doesn't work the way you expect it to, also detail, document, and report to Rosalie. I highly suggest just playing around, moving the sliders around, trying to make different weird expressions, closing her eyes, opening her mouth, just getting a feel for how everything works. And then it's just fun after that. Thanks for watching. If you'd like more information, please see the Expression Builder documentation at aslproject.com/paula/add.pdf. Thanks again for watching.